Everybody, Ralph Havens here. Years ago, my good friend, doctor, in San Diego, Del Mar, California, actually, we were sitting on the beach, and I had a presentation that I had developed, and I was doing it to present to doctors. The premise of it was try physical therapy, try integrative manual therapy, try hands-on work before you try surgery or drugs. And so I had this whole presentation, and I had it on a PowerPoint, and my really good friend in San Diego, actually Del Mar, California, I was at his house, and we went to the beach. He lived about a half a mile. No, he lived just a block or two away from the beach. We went and sat on the cliffs overlooking Del Mar and overlooking the Pacific Ocean. And I went through this whole presentation, and at the end, I said a little thing that I thought was kind of funny. One of my good friends, a physical therapist that taught me an osteopathic technique, he always said at the end, let's don't take money under false pretenses. So we got to retest. You know, we would always test something. As you know me, I test things beforehand, and then I do whatever I do, the session, and then I retest. Because for me, I've got to see that I made a difference. And so this physical therapist I know, good friend of mine, Joe, took a bunch of classes and taught me this technique. And his teacher, an osteopath, old-time osteopath, said at the end, he would always say, okay, we don't want to take money under false pretenses. Let's recheck. And so I thought it was funny. I thought, it's true. It's just kind of a funny thing to say. And so at the end of this presentation with my friend, this doctor, I said that, okay, we don't want to take money under false pretenses. You got to test things. And he just stopped me cold. And he said, don't ever tell a doctor that. And I said, what? It's funny. And he goes, no, because we do that every day and we make good money doing it. And I'm like, whoa. And my friend is a really good guy. And he's changed the way he practices medicine, and he's got a really cool integrative approach, and amazing guy. And I was like, oh, that's kind of funny. Yeah. So I had this other doctor also from La Jolla area who found me in San Diego and back in the day, and he wanted to learn what I was doing, all this energy work, and his wife was a yoga instructor, and they had a mindfulness class, and they had all sorts of really cool stuff that they were doing. And he was still working in the regular medical model world, but he wanted to learn what I was up to. So he started hanging out with me, and he would come to my office, and we would talk, and I would demonstrate techniques. And one time he brought his friend, another doctor, who had a knee problem. But when I saw him, he had a big heart problem. So we tested his knee and checked things, and it was all swollen in his leg, and his whole leg was swollen. But so I was working on him and working on blood vessels and working on his heart and doing all sorts of stuff, and I kept showing the doctor, let's go check the leg again. And it was getting less and less swollen. And so at the end of the session, I did my quote. I said, all right, well, we don't want to take money under false pretenses. Let's recheck. And the room got cold. It just got cold. What was a very nice, happy back and forth, and we're having a great time, the room just got cold. And I tested things, and he was much better, but the room was so cold. And he shook my hand, and he said, thank you very much. And they left. And so I thought that was weird. I said, no way. And so, I had been used to emailing him and calling him and meeting with him, and all communication was stopped. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And so at one point, he finally emailed me back and said, I'm just not interested in doing any work with you anymore. Thank you. And I'm like, holy cow, maybe that's true. At least for some doctors, I was like floored. So there I was. I had a consultant back in the day, and I spent $150,000 over 5 years with this consultant and a group of them in Los Angeles that would that trained me up in how to go talk to doctors, how to communicate with doctors, how to get doctors to send me patients. I used to call people patients at the time. Now I call them clients. But they had this whole way to go work the system and to get in with the doctors and to smooze them and all sorts of stuff. And I told this story during one of our meetings about taking money under false pretenses, that quote, and how it just stopped communication with this one doctor. And they said, oh yeah, so you really learned something. You don't want to ever say that to a doctor. And I thought that at the time, I thought, I kind of want to say that to every doctor, you know, because I really don't want to work with people that are unethical. There's a lot of good doctors out there, but I don't want to work with the ones that would be offended by the idea that you don't want to take money under false pretenses. So, but I kept working in that system for a while. As I got into Matrix Energetics, though, I decided, you know what? I don't want to do marketing like I was doing it before. I just don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to go schmooze doctors. I don't want to like be nice to them if they're not good people. It's like there's good people, but I don't want to like work this system anymore. And so well, what do I do? And so at the time, my good friend Kim Burnham was staying with us and working with us, one of my teachers, and she was studying with a coach, and I started studying some of his stuff. And he told me about all this online world and how to have an email list and what to do and stuff. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to get an email list. This was many, many, many years ago in San Diego. And every Thursday, I'm going to do a free session. I'm going to just do a free session. And then I'm going to email everybody and tell them I did a free session for everybody that's on my list. And so, because I decided I didn't want to do the marketing where I try to work a system or do something to manipulate something. And what I found was, as I've been doing this for years and years, 34 years now, being a therapist, a healer, coach person, what I've found is that so many people have really big dreams. And a lot of people want to be healers and coaches, and they already are, but they're not doing it as a living, or they're doing it barely as a living. And but they don't want to do it with false pretenses, right? They want to be genuine. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? The heart. And even people I know that teach piano, and they do amazing, great work. This one guy I know, and I know from what I've seen, he could bring this work to the world in an online way and do it in person with people and make a really good living for it, doing it and helping his family. And so many people now, through my different classes and trainings and work with people, they want to do a version of whatever I do around the world. They want to reach people. They want to have a big impact, but they don't want to do it in a sleazy way or salesy way or a manipulative way. And I totally get that. So luckily, I found some amazing teachers and coaches and people that have shown me how to do this, how to get the life you want and do what you really want to do in the world and bring it to the world. And one of the big things I found for myself is that a lot of it is this deep inner game, the deep beliefs, some of them not so hidden, that were brought up during childhood, the abusive stuff, the limiting belief stuff, the failures of family, and all sorts of things that led me to a point where I had lots of self-doubt and didn't feel good about myself, and anxiety and who am I kind of things. And I had to shift a lot of that stuff. And I still work on myself every day with really powerful techniques to clear that. But with that, I needed to learn what to actually do, like how to do, I don't know if you call it marketing or selling, but to do it without it being a sleazy, salesy, kind of like, manipulative sort of thing. And I saw that a lot of it was, there was stuff to do, but then it kept coming back to my deep beliefs about, people that have money aren't good, and you don't want to do things to manipulate, and all sorts of things about me that I had to shift. So one of the things, as I was thinking about all this all came to me in like a blur this morning. And then as I was doing it, a hummingbird has been hanging around my head today. Literally, a bird has been flying around me. And so I took it as a sign that I wanted to tell you guys this, because one of my teachers has something that's really, really cool. And the thing is, if somebody is ready to clear the deep inner game stuff, I can help them with that. But there's this what to do in the physical world to get something to be where you have a business, a way to do your healing and your coaching or your piano teaching or your whatever you're doing, and bring your gifts to the world in a way that reaches the people that want it, in a way that feels very congruent with your deep inner beliefs about spirit and love, and not trying to do anything sleazy, right? And and um and so there's lots of training. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on this type of training, and many, many months and years of working hard on figuring this stuff out. But one of my teachers has something called One Funnel Away Challenge. And what I did about almost a year ago now, I did one. And I already had the online courses and online products and all sorts of cool stuff and ways for people to find me. And I went through this training with him. And it was a little over a month. And I got a way to really deliver it to people in a way that's congruent with my own heart, and doing things in a good way that's working with people and not trying to pull something over on them. And so I want to get that to you. And what I decided, it's all coming together, and it'll be more and more. I'll be showing you more of this stuff as we go along. But I'm going to put a link. And you can get it at ralphhavens.com/one funnel away. ralphhavens.com/one funnel away. And I wanted to get to you soon because it starts June 16th, I believe, is the last day to join it. And the thing is, it's if somebody is willing to spend $100, it's $100, and more importantly, spend 5 weeks, 2-3 hours a day to develop a way to have what's called a funnel. It's a way to have people find you and then go through some really cool training with you, and then they can interact with you more and pay you some money for something that you can do to change their life. If you're interested in doing that, 5 weeks of training and $100, then at the end you will have a product. You will have a way to get your dream out to the world and start to build your life the way you want, doing what you love to do. And what I'm going to be doing is offering that, and you'll be included even if you join now. I'm going to be giving a lot of my inner game work. So I've got a lot of products, the Enlighten Up and Get What You Want, and the Miracles, Magic, Healing, and More once a month sessions, and the End Anxiety Forever, the 30 sessions in 30 days program. A lot of ways to help clear this inner game and get yourself healthy and happy and whole, and really clear the deep inner stuff. I'm going to be making that part of this offer. I don't have the particulars exactly set up, but you'll be getting a lot of my bonuses, a lot of my stuff, a lot of stuff that people pay me money for. And I'm going to be giving that to you if you go through this $100 5-week challenge and get the product so that you can have a way to reach the people that are looking for you. So if you want to jumpstart on that, you can start to look at it because it is time limited. June 16th, they're closing registration. And I went through this twice already, and I'm going to be going through it again because it's an awesome way for a little bit of money and 5 weeks of work to have what's called a funnel, which helps people find you, go through a process with you that's really cool. And then the people that want to work with you, want to get your healing work, get your coaching work, learn piano, teach their kids piano, all that kind of stuff, whatever that is for you, you'll have a way to do it. So go ahead and go take a look at that if you want. ralphhavens.com/one funnel away. And if you end up getting it, if you end up signing up, send me a screenshot of your thank you page so I know to look for you, because I'll be able to see that, oh, you came in with my link. And then when you do come in with my link, I'll have a list, and I'll be sending you more and more really cool stuff as you go through it. So I'll tell you more about that later, but I want to get this to you right now because it just came to me, and it's time limited. So let's get out there and live. Let's really live. There's the inner game, and there's the what to do. And this is the what to do. All right, everybody. Bye now.